John, what is the name of our next player?
Bob, that name is Bill Cullen. Come on down.
Bill Cullen is coming on down in the train. Hello, William. Welcome to The Price is Right. Got room here for another guy? I guess you have never seen Holly drive this train, or you'd never have ridden on this thing.
I would have ridden up front with her is what I would have. This is the best walk-on I've ever done, Bob.
Now, you have a new show here on CBS, these, 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah.
Called
Child's Play.
And how do you play Child's
We
Play?
precede you, you know.
I know you
mean,
do.
We're responsible for bringing you these marvelous people who you have watching. The nice thing about
There's a group right over here I'd like to give back to you, but go ahead.
Fortunately, they don't fit the age category for us. But they're nice. The nice thing about our show, Bob, is that the questions or the problems are presented differently. Instead of asking it or showing it or whatever, as we all have done through the years, we have kids aged 5 to 9 define words or describe phrases or describe people or things or programs or stuff like that. And the players, the two players, have to guess what it is the kids are describing.
I see.
And, you know,
that sounds interesting.
I'm childless, and my wife and I, and have been. I never realized how bright and perceptive these kids are. They've won my respect. So if you folks haven't seen us, we'd appreciate your catching us right before The Price is Right.
Well, I think that would be a spot.
Speaking of that, may I interrupt?
Yes, yes.
You know me. He and I have been interrupting each other for a long time now.
What would you want to interrupt to say what?
Well, we got a kid by the name of Jason Tolley.
Jason Tolley.
Tolley. He's 7.5 years old. He's from Los Angeles. And we asked him, we said, tell us what The Price is Right is.
Good question. What did he say?
Here's what Jason Tolley said.
We're going to see it.
It's a show that you watch, that it's on about 9 in the morning, and you go, they made it shorter. They have like commercials every 2 minutes now. I watched it this morning, and there's this lady, and when she was spinning the wheel, she got $1,000. She landed on 1,000, and so did this other girl right after her. There's a guy named John on it, and he says, when he goes to call the person, he says, "Come on down."
That's great.
Isn't that marvelous? Yeah. You know, isn't that much? And from that, the players guess what it is the kid is talking about.
I think that what you have there is great.
Yeah, thank you.
But you got Johnny, you got the show, you got the wheel.
Bob.
Yes.
Would I forget you?
Well, you did. You did.
No, I've been saving it as the pièce de résistance.
Oh, good.
We asked the same Jason Tolley immediately after, because he's still 7.5, from Los Angeles. We said, Jason, tell us about Bob Barker. And here is what he said. You'll like this.
I will.
Oh, yes.
He's a guy who who's on there. He's the guy that calls the people whenever they say bid for the money. He's the guy that says if it's the highest number or not. He's the guy that does most of the talking on it.
Well, if I do most of the talking, then, John, I should get most of the money. You know that. Yeah. But we are going to be watching for the show.
Thank
and
you,
I
Bob.
hope it's a smash hit for you. And thank you for joining us on The Price is Right.
Thanks for the chance. Thank you.
All aboard, Holly. John,